Hello and welcome back to Tech Support Monday. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If you caught a short Tech Support Wednesday video a few days ago, you know we started scratching the surface of a topic that seems to confuse a lot of people, the cloud. Now, I know you might be thinking, I've heard that word 1,000 times, but I still have no idea where my photos or files actually go, and that's perfectly okay. Today, we're going to slow things down, and we're going to open up the hood and really look at how this works so you can stop feeling like technology is a mystery and start feeling like you're in the driver's seat. My goal for this video isn't to turn you into a computer scientist or a tech whiz. I just want to give you the aha moment and a peace of mind when it comes to knowing your digital memories are safe, secure, and exactly where you expect them to be. We're going to take this step by step in plain English with no confusing jargon. Let's begin. Let's start by debunking the biggest myth out there. When people hear the word cloud, they often imagine their family photos and private emails floating around in the air like invisible radio waves or mist. It sounds a bit insecure when you think of it that way, doesn't it? But here's the secret. The cloud isn't in the sky at all. In fact, it's very much on the ground. The cloud is actually just a physical building, usually a massive high-security warehouse filled with thousands of very powerful computers called servers. Think of it like a giant high-tech library located in another state. When you save a file to the cloud, you aren't tossing your information into the wind. You are essentially sending a digital copy of that photo or document to be kept in a very secure, private shelf in that library. These buildings are incredible. They have their own security guards, giant backup generators so they never lose power, and advanced cooling systems. This means that even if a storm hits your neighborhood and your home power goes out, or even if you accidentally drop your phone in a lake, that library stays open. Your files are still sitting safely in that shelf, tucked away in a different location, just waiting for you to ask for them. It's simply a way of using a much bigger, much safer computer to do the heavy lifting for you. Now that we know the cloud is just a secure building, you're probably wondering, well, which building am I using? How do I know where to find my shelf? The truth is, most of us already use the cloud almost every single day without realizing it. Because there are so many companies out there, it helps to narrow it down to the big three that almost everyone uses. First up, there's Apple's iCloud. If you have an iPhone or an iPad or a MacBook, this is likely your digital home. You can find it by looking at the little blue and white cloud icon in your settings. If you've ever seen a message that says your iCloud storage is full, that's Apple telling you that your shelf in their library is getting crowded. Second, we have Google Drive and Google Photos. If you use an Android phone or if you have a Gmail address, you are a Google user. Their icons are usually a colorful triangle or a little four-colored paper windmill. They specialize in keeping your photos organized so that you can search for your grandkids or beach and find them instantly. Finally, there's Microsoft OneDrive. If you use a Windows computer for writing letters or keeping track of your budget, this is probably where your documents live. Their icon looks like two overlapping blue clouds. Take a moment right now, look at your phone or your computer desktop. Do you see a colorful triangle, a blue cloud, or a little windmill? Knowing which of these big three you're using is the first step to mastering your digital space. Once you know which brand you have, you know exactly which library to call when you need to find your files. We've all seen it, that annoying little pop-up window on your phone or computer that says storage full or iCloud storage is almost full. It usually happens right when you're trying to take a beautiful photo of a sunset or your grandkids. Think of your cloud account like a physical closet in your house. When you first move in, there is plenty of room, but over the years, you keep adding coats, shoes, and boxes until the door won't shut anymore. When the cloud is full, it just means you've run out of digital hangers. You generally have two simple choices here. First, you can clean out the closet. This means going through your phone and deleting those long videos you didn't mean to record or the 10 blurry versions of the same photo. Once you delete them, space opens up. Your second option is to rent a bigger closet. For about $1 a month, most companies like Apple or Google will give you a massive amount of extra space. It's the most common way people solve the headache, and it's often worth the small change for the peace of mind, but it can also be kicking the can down the road, and in 6 months, you'll be right back there needing another closet space. One of the coolest things about the cloud is that many people don't realize is that it acts like a digital bridge. This is called syncing, but I like to call it magic copying. Imagine you take a photo on your smartphone while you're out at lunch. Because your phone is connected to the cloud, it instantly sends that copy to your digital library we talked about earlier. Now, here's the magic. When you go home and open your iPad or your laptop, that photo is already there waiting for you. You didn't have to plug in any confusing wires, you didn't have to email the photo to yourself, and you didn't have to push any buttons. The cloud ensures that all your devices are in sync, meaning that they all look at the exact same shelf in the library. This makes life so much easier because you can start a grocery list on your computer and have it right there in your hand on your phone when you get to the store. Now, we need to have a very honest conversation about privacy. Often people use the word security and privacy as if they mean the same thing, but in the cloud, they are quite different. Security is the lock on your front door. The big three, Apple, Google, and Microsoft, have the best locks in the world. It is incredibly difficult for a random bad guy or hacker to break into your files. In that sense, your photos are very secured as long as your account is secure. But privacy, on the other hand, is about who has a spare key to that lock. Because your files are sitting on their building and their computers, these companies technically have access to all your data. They can use this to be helpful, for example, so you can type the word dog into your photos and find all of the pictures of your golden retriever. But the downside is this loss of privacy is that you aren't the only one that sees what is in your storage unit. Because the data isn't physically in your house, it is much easier for outside entities like the government or law enforcement to access those files as well. If they have a legal reason, they don't have to come knock at your door to ask for your computer. They can go directly to the tech company. While these companies try to protect your rights, the reality is that once your files leave your device and go on into their cloud, you are no longer the sole owner of that key to your information. If all this talk about privacy and account lockouts feels a bit heavy, don't worry, I have a simple strategy that will give you the ultimate peace of mind. I call it the two-step safety net. The rule is simple. Use the cloud for your daily convenience, but keep a physical copy in your permanent history. The cloud is wonderful for seeing your photos on your phone and tablet instantly, but once a year, maybe on your birthday or during a holiday, you should take your most precious memories and put them on a physical USB thumb drive or external hard drive. These are little plastic sticks that you can plug into your computer. They're very inexpensive, and once your photos are on there, they aren't on the internet anymore. They are in your hand. Put that drive in a secure drawer or a fireproof box or safe. It is your break glass in case of emergency backup that works even if the internet goes down or you lose your password. Now, I have a very important warning for you. Watch out for the photo number trap. Most cloud services today use your cell phone number to verify it's really you. If you get a new phone number and forget to update your account settings, you might find yourself permanently locked out of your photos because the security code is being sent to a phone you no longer own. It's the number one way people lose their digital lives. Make it a habit to double check that your recovery phone number and email is always correct and current. For those of you who really value privacy and want to stay away from the big tech companies entirely, there's Hidden Pro option. Self-hosted cloud services. This is where you essentially use your own home computer or a special hard drive to create your own personal cloud that only you can access. I actually use several self-hosted cloud services myself for a variety of different use cases, like managing my own video files and private records. However, I have to be honest with you, this is not very user-friendly. It requires a lot of setup and technical maintenance to keep it running smoothly. Unless you're very comfortable with advanced technology and enjoy tinkering with computers, sticking with the major providers like Apple or Google, paired with your physical USB backup, is much easier and safer for most people. This is usually people's number one question, Amara. For both iCloud and Google Photos, the cloud acts like a mirror. If you just hit the delete button in your phone gallery, it will delete from the cloud library too. To save space without losing your memories, you have to use the right tools. On an iPhone and iCloud, go to your settings and turn on Optimize iPhone Storage. This keeps a tiny version on your phone of the photo on your phone to look at, but keeps a big, high-quality version safe in the cloud. If you use Google Photos, look for the Free Up Space button in the app settings. This will safely remove the copies from your phone while keeping the originals tucked away in your Google Cloud account. Great question, Matteo. The big three companies actually have multiple libraries all over the world. If one building has a problem, they have an identical copy of your files in another state or even another country. As for them going out of business, these companies are some of the largest on Earth, but that is exactly why I recommend the two-step safety net. Keep your absolute favorites on a physical USB drive or external hard drive at home just in case. You already have the game. You can think of that hard drive as your private safe at home, and the cloud is the safety deposit box at the bank. The cloud is much more convenient because you can see your files on your phone while you're out, which your hard drive can't do. For the best protection, I recommend using both the cloud for your everyday life and the low black hard drive for your permanent off the internet backup. I completely understand the hesitation, Lars. High quality photos are often too heavy for email and get stuck or show up tiny and blurry. Clicking a link to a cloud folder like on Google Photos or iCloud is usually the best way to see them in full detail. A good rule of thumb, if you are expecting the photos and you know the person sending the link, it's usually pretty safe. Just make sure the link leads to a name you recognize, like iCloud.com or whoever is sending the photos domain, like the wedding photographer. It's not broken at all, Chloe. In fact, that means your security is working perfectly. That six-digit code is called two-factor authentication. Think of it like a second physical key. Even if a bad guy figures out your password, they still can't get in because they don't have your physical phone in their hand to use the code. It's a small extra step that provides a huge amount of protection for your privacy. We've covered a lot of ground today, and we learned that the cloud isn't a mystery in the sky. It's a secure building filled with powerful computers. We learned about syncing and how it acts like a digital bridge to move your files between your devices. And we looked at the trade-offs between convenience and privacy. My hope is that the next time you see the cloud icon, you don't feel confused. You feel like a pro who knows exactly where your data is going and how to keep it safe. Technology should work for you, not the other way around. If this video helped clear out some of your fog around the cloud, please hit that like button and leave a comment below and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep these guides simple and accessible for everyone in our community. Do you have a question about your specific device, or is there another tech topic that's been frustrating you? Please drop a comment and your questions in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll be answering them in an upcoming video. And finally, if you're dreaming of starting a website for your business or a personal project, but the technical side is just holding you back, please visit us at 123mapwebsites.com. We specialize in making the web simple, fast, and stress-free with our 123 Map system. Thanks for watching Tech Support Monday, and I'll see you in the next video.